Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior. Tech goes by many names. Business, fine art, forensic science. Some think it's just technical. But really, tech means everything. Scholarships, internships, championships. It's professors who make time for you one-on-one. It's putting everything on the line. It can be fierce. It can be fascinating. It can be awesome. Most important, it's believing in yourself and what you have to offer the world. Because at Indiana Tech, warriors are prepared to lead a significant life.
You're busy. You expect to say no sometimes. But what you didn't expect was a chance to say yes to a college degree while keeping your life. Indiana Tech is now offering Chicago area students undergraduate and graduate degree opportunities taught online by experienced faculty who care. Learn more at one of the new Indiana Tech enrollment centers in Naperville or Wilmette.
I can turn this in early? Sure, whenever you're ready.
Embrace the unexpected at Indiana Tech.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that there aren't very many energy programs out there. When I researched all of the various programs recently, there are really only 2 or 3 accredited engineering programs.
I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada originally. I came out here to Indiana Tech to actually go for the energy engineering program because of its uniqueness and its ability to get hands-on with the materials that I'm going to be using in the future.
Well, a few of the things I think that sets Indiana Tech apart is, number one, you have very small classes. You have very close relationships with your professors. When you have a class of 10 people, it's much easier to get to know the professor and get in contact with him than if you have a class of 30, 40, or 50. You're going to have the same professors for the majority of your classes. You're going to have the same classmates for the majority of your classes.
The more practical applications come in all the subsequent energy engineering classes. Heat transfers in a class that right after they're leaving the classroom, and the board is filled with calculus. So in order to understand a lot of these topics, they're going to need to understand the calculus there. Calculus is the study of the rate of change, how fast things change. And depending upon whether it's energy engineering, industrial engineering, or whatever, they're going to need to use that and apply that.
Professor Romary, he stands out to me the most right now because when I first got here, I had to take calculus, Calc 1, Calc 2. And he's one of the professors that teaches it. And he was a very kind and helpful guy, and he did whatever he could to help us out. He was very funny, always had a way of creatively teaching calculus to us that not a whole lot of people can do. And I think that and how he did it is going to be something that's going to stick for me for a very long time.
The field work that Indiana Tech can provide here is, for example, we have a 10 kilowatt windmill that the students can work with. We have a geothermal system for a couple of the buildings for Utang-Sioux and for Zollner that uses geothermal principles to heat and cool the buildings in the summer and the winter.
The PV array system, training system that we have down here in the basement allows us to wire up the panels we have down in the basement to set it up as a off-the-grid system or a battery bank system, which helps us because we can see every component of the system actually intertwining and how they work together, which is something that may not be easily visible when you're on the job site in a career. So definitely my internship at SuperValue Incorporated was a very, very beneficial program for me to be in. It was more based on the process and logistical side of engineering of my degree, not necessarily the design aspect. It helped me really learn how the most efficient way to do a task, and some of the boundaries that come with trying to make things more efficient.
One of the things that we've been very fortunate here at Indiana Tech is that we've had a grant through AEP to help subsidize our students in taking some of the various trips in spring break. Over the last 4 years, I have taken, along with a couple of other chaperones, I've taken almost a couple of dozen students to a trip to Germany and Switzerland that focused on renewable energy. We've gone to Iceland last year, focusing on geothermal energy, and we just recently returned from a trip to Costa Rica.
Just last year, I went to Iceland with a couple of our peers, not even just energy engineers, but a couple of other engineering majors went along with us. And for me, that was the highlight of my college time. I mean, we learned a lot about like geothermal systems and how they converted to a country of basically like ran just by geothermal. But it wasn't just learning about that, it was also learning about their culture as well, you know, and the past and the history and where they plan to go in their future. And all those things combined, I think, really kind of defines my experience here in Indiana Tech.
You can be the smartest engineer in the world, but if you cannot talk to or work with other engineers and non-engineers, it's very hard to get anything done. I try to teach my students that while you may not like writing, it's going to be a part of the job. You have to communicate. If you're doing experiments or testing hardware in the lab, you need to write it up so that other people know what you did, and the customer may want to know what are the results of that test.
Something I would remember most about the faculty would be just the one-on-one aspect of it and how open they are to hearing your problems and concerns and willing to assist you. Indiana Tech, with the class sizes being so small, you really get that one-on-one talking, everyday type relationship with your advisors and your professors. And having that is key to success, I feel, because being able to communicate with them and actually get your problems and questions across is going to help clarify things for you while you're in classes in school, which is going to set you up for success.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Want to know what it means to be a warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a warrior's shoes. You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior.
Welcome to the Parkview Sport One Ice House on this Saturday evening. Got a little bit of a late start, 8:30. Typically we don't see that, but we have Michigan State facing off against Indiana Tech in a women's college ice hockey matchup. Last night, Indiana Tech was at Michigan State. They fell 2-0 to Michigan State. Also here at the Ice House last night, we saw Indiana Tech men's take the victory over Lawrence Tech. That was 5-1 if I'm not mistaken. Also in Indiana Tech ice hockey news, just before this game, our D2 team fell to Trines D2 in an overtime loss. That one, I think it was 4-3 maybe, I'm not sure. Nobody's probably going to fact check me on that. As for tonight's matchup, we have Michigan State coming in at 6-2-1, not ranked in the ACHA. And Indiana Tech coming in at 5-7-0, ranked number 14 in the ACHA. Those teams getting ready to make their way out onto the ice now. At such time, we'll turn you over to the PA announcer. I have Mason Vogelweed on camera tonight and a special guest, Indiana Tech alumni and ex-teammate of mine, Mason Edding, joining me for color commentary. Mason, how you feeling about tonight's game?
Oh, I'm fired up for this matchup.
Glad to hear it. So we've got it all now. I'm the defenseman. We have Mason Edding, the forward, and Mason Vogelweed, the goalie, running the camera tonight. Referees make their way onto the ice first. I think we'll be in the absence of a spotlight tonight. I'm pretty sure it broke yesterday. The Indiana Tech men's team scratches were up here trying to figure it out. It was making that buzzing noise it always makes, but no light came from the device. So definitely time for an upgrade. I think that thing's from the 1950s. Let's see. Leading goal scorers for Indiana Tech. We have Allison Green, 6 goals on the season. Michigan State Spartans, on the other hand, have a split between Mackenzie Huber and Eileen Carey, both 5 goals so far. In the assist column, Haley Murray with 8 assists, 8 apples for Indiana Tech. She plays on a line with Allison Green, so I imagine a lot of those are shared points. And Asher Princeton with 8 apples for the Michigan State Spartans leads the pack for them in that category, overall points. As well, she's got 12. And Hallie Murray with 12 for Indiana Tech. In the goaltending category, Brooklyn Maddox leads both categories for the Michigan State Spartans. She's got 145 saves and a .942 save percentage. For Indiana Tech, Ashton Berthium has 231 saves, but Rose Lennon, who will be your starter tonight, leads with a .937 save percentage. Both teams have found their way onto the ice now. Indiana Tech looks like they have still a short bench. They're not a huge roster, honestly, but it looks like they have more than they did last time I was here at the Ice House. So at this time, we'll turn you over to the PA at the ice rink. right, and we are just about ready to get underway in this matchup between the Michigan State Spartans and the Indiana Tech Warriors. Looks like, based on my stat sheet, Indiana Tech is on a bit of a losing streak right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 games starting back on October 18th. So they're looking to snap that drought. They did have a loss just last night against the Michigan State Spartans, who traveled here to play our Warriors once again. Indiana Tech rallying now in front of their own net.
Spartans ready to go first here.
Yeah, and Indiana Tech taking their time getting to the face-off dot. Rose Lennon still adjusting her equipment down there between the pipes. And opening face-off, Indiana Tech wins it. That was Kuzbel on the draw for the Warriors. And going into the boards hard and awkwardly, Anna Robleski. She's going to slowly make her way back to the bench for the Spartans. That hopefully not anything too serious. Dumped in by the Spartans. Going to be picked up and rimmed around. Through neutral ice. Michigan State makes the zone entry, and it's picked up by Gilmore in the corner. Gary tried to center that one, now doing up to the point, and the one-time shot. Not a whole lot on it, but it's just bouncing around. Lennon manages to stick that out of the front of her own net, and now Whitting dumps this one in for the Warriors and heads off for a change. Siciliano gets that one up to the half wall. Turned over at neutral ice. Now Johnson for the Warriors. Makes her way into the attacking zone. She gets tied up in the corner. It's rimmed around again. Schlee gets her stick stuck in the boards. That's really unfortunate when that happens, you can see. And Allison Green manages to get the first shot on net of the match for Indiana Tech. Might be broken lumber there. They're going to return it to her nevertheless. And my most sincere apologies, forgot to put my scoreboard up. And what in the world is going on with my scoreboard? Let me try to figure this out, because that is not the right time. I'm on the other rink. There it is. All right. Just over 18 minutes remaining, and we have that reflected now. Getting the line, dumping that one in, and heading for a change was Abby Yish. So the Warriors will pick it up. It's on the stick of Sylvie Legault. Sylvie Legault likes to go end to end, and that's what we saw here early on. It's quite the skater. She'll head to the bench now. Hardy with the shot from a long way out. That one stopped and gobbled up. Brooklyn Maddox, the goaltender for the Spartans, getting the start. She is a senior from Farmington, Michigan. Rogers makes his own entry, but she is offside, so we'll get a stoppage in play. So face off just outside Michigan State's defensive end. This time won by Michigan State, but Whitting battling for it. She'll wind up offsides again by the looks of it. So we'll reset that face-off. It's going to be Kuzbel and Robwelski. Robwelski wins it back. Cleared out of the zone. It's at neutral ice. Just opportunity now for Carey. Her shot blocker down.
Oh, good save.
Back up to the point. Thrown down low. First one to it is going to be Carey. She gets tied up. Manages to move it. And now the Warriors heading the other way. Whitting's got it. Chips that one around Lindell. And Michigan State looking for a clean breakout. That one broken up. Again, another good breakup there. That time Hallie Murray gloves that puck down. Keep things in the offensive zone for the Indiana Tech Warriors. Centering pass for Johnson. She couldn't get good wood on it. Hayward trying to get this one off the half wall, but it's going to be in possession of Indiana Tech. Up to Terpstra at the blue line. Her shot off the shins of Princeton. And unable to keep the line there was Terpstra. Allison Green seemed unaware. She got the touch on it, so if nothing else, it's a good opportunity for both teams to get a line change, but we'll have another face-off right in front of our camera. One back by Guillaume. I think I've been saying that wrong all season. Finally got the pronunciation seats. So Daphne Guillaume wears number 2 for the Warriors. At neutral ice, she picks it up, moves it over to Hardy. Emily Hardy unable to clear, just barely kept in, but Guillaume is there to chip it out of the zone to Rogers, who throws it in. She did not get to throw it in. That's all the way back down behind Indiana Tech's net, picked up by Gilmore. She's met with some pressure, but manages to get it over to Hardy. Hardy makes the pass to Rogers, but Rogers gets stripped. Almost a good opportunity there for Mackenzie Huber. Puck bouncing around at neutral ice. It's picked up. And Terpstra stands tall there as Gracie Anderson made the zone entry. Out of the corner comes Motor. Now it's Allen. Dumps that one in, heads for a change. Indiana Tech going for the wholesale line change. Now they've completed it. I believe that puck was touched before the red line, so it will go for an ice. Just about a step there is all it would have taken, but wow, I am really confused as to what is going on with my scoreboard. 14-16 is correct. Whatever else it's flashing to, please ignore. So Allison Green steps into the faceoff for Indiana Tech. She'll win this one back to Terpstra. Terpstra shot wide into the corner. A bit of a battle along the half wall. Murray wins that one and gets it down low. And it's cleared, but this one looks like it will also, no ice is the call. It's not going to have enough on it. Picked up in the attacking end by player wearing number 5 for Michigan State. Somehow she was left off my roster sheet. I'll read the nameplate and get back to you. Terpstra dumps this one in for the Warriors. Doesn't get far, though. Siciliano at neutral ice. Still with it. She's got to chase it down, though. She's got Sylvie Legault, who's going to strip her of that puck. Throw it off the boards, where Carey is able to pick it up and throw it back down low. Emily Hardy Moves that one to Guillon in the middle. Guillon tries to chip this one around, but no do it. Emily Hardy's there to recover. Now Carey for the Spartans. Throws that one off the skates of Daphne Guillon, and it winds up back in the attacking zone for the Indiana Tech Warriors. Thrown around the net by Michigan State's defense. And a stretch pass doesn't quite connect there for Eileen Carey. Picked up by Gilmore. She's in trouble, though. Pass intended for Rogers doesn't connect, and this will go all the way down. Not going to be an ice as Maddox plays it. Galassini moves that one over to McLukey and gets it right back. Schlee at neutral ice centers that one to Princeton. Her shot goes high and off the glass. She's got it now behind the net, tries to center. No look pass doesn't work out. On the stick of Whitting now, and she's going to try to get this one out of the defensive end for the Warriors. No doing that time. Opportunity now for Michigan State. Gilmore picks it up in the corner. She'll rim it up, but it's kept in by McLukey at the blue line. She'll turn that one over to Gilmore, who's trying to get by McLukey. She chips it, but McLukey stays with that play. So doesn't Gilmore. Oh, and blowing a tire there. In their defensive end was Aaron Schlee. Now it's chipped out, but Hardy's there to pick it up for the Warriors at neutral ice. They'll try to make the zone entry, and they do on the stick of Murray. Murray makes a cut to the net. Gets it there, but not a whole lot of an opportunity left for her by the time she did. Now it's chipped up and cleared by Princeton. She's going to go for a change. On it, though, now is Nelson. But Rose Lennon is there in between the pipes for the Warriors to cover that one up for a stoppage and play. 11:19 left in the first. So far scoreless. Not a whole lot to talk about just yet. Get a face-off now. Glove side of Rose Lennon. And stepping in is Daphne Guillon and Allison Nelson on the opposition. Guillon wins that one back. Hardy picks it up. Takes it around the net. Finds her winger. That play broken up. And Michigan State will stay in the attacking zone for the time being. Now it's cleared. Rogers with it coming through the neutral zone. She'll get this one deep and try to play it herself. She's tied up now in that corner. Michigan State emerges with possession. I believe that's Leah Fontana. And the clear picked up by Captain Allison Green for the Warriors. She'll make the zone entry. A slick stick handling move, and she scores. Allison Green, what an effort to get Indiana Tech on the board early in this one. We'll take another look at that one.
Yeah.
Excellent level of finesse there by Allison Green, and she was fresh off the bench. You'll see this one cleared to neutral ice. She picks it up just inside of her own blue line, and this is the move that impresses me the most. Nice little toe drag, and I think she beat Maddox 5-hole. But Indiana Tech draws first blood in this one. 1-0 lead. About halfway through the first period of action. Allison Green now at the face-off dot. She'll tie up, leave that one for Murray, and now Terpstra's got it right at the red line. It's stuck in her feet, though. Not sure she knows. She's got a hold of it now, and she'll dump that one into the attacking zone for the Warriors.
Warriors goal for number 48, Allison Green.
So Green was the leading goal scorer for the Warriors coming into this one, and she extends that margin by 1 with that effort. Leonard moves that one from behind the net. Sylvie Legault picks it up just inside her own blue line. She's got it stuck in her skates, though, so it kicks out to neutral ice. Off the regroup. Whitting was unable to handle that one as it was bouncing around. Now her and Lindell are tied up. Kicks out to Gilmore, who shovels it into the attacking zone. Maddox plays it for her defender. And kept in by Sylvie Legault. Warriors now getting some offensive momentum after that goal. Good keep there by Legault. Motter got a couple Warriors to beat before she gets an opportunity. She fires that one off the shins of Gilmore, so it kicks back up to neutral ice, and Carey picks it up, and she'll have a go at it now. Coming down that half wall, got a lane to the net, gets a shot off the pads of Lennon, and Lennon is able to cover that one up. So we'll get a face-off glove side of Rose Lennon in Indiana Tech's defensive end. It's going to be Daphne Gaillon and Aaron Schlee. Gaillon comes out victorious in that face-off. Rimmed around by Terpstra. Tie up on the half wall. Michigan State comes away with that. Shot goes wide. Drop pass. On the stick of Grenier now. She makes the zone entry. She'll get a shot on net, but it's easily sticked off into the corner. Emily Hardy regroups with Sylvie Legault. Legault is on the go. She'll make that zone entry. We always see her with some talented skating. The shot goes high, though. She's still battling for this one. She's in the corner. Her opposition fell down. Now Murray rims this one around, but the first one to it is going to be Mackenzie Huber. So the puck does come out of the zone in Michigan State's possession. Now it's Princeton. Chips that one through neutral ice, but it's turned over. Fired back through neutral ice off the shin of Nelson, so it's going to be no ice. She'll actually get a shot off that one. Now Johnson trying to clear for the Warriors, unable to do so. So Legault is going to have to pick it up and try to take things into her own hands. She chips this one up, trying to get it to Murray, but Murray was not the first one to that puck. Instead, Claire Leonard trying to forge some offense for the Spartans. Kept in at the blue line by Anderson. Johnson eventually wins that battle, gets it up to neutral ice. Leonard up to Yeesh. And Yeesh throws that one in and heads off for a change as Terpstra picks it up for the Warriors in her own end. She'll move this one up to Allen. Allen gets nudged off that puck.
Big Bailey Allen fans here today.
Yeah, she certainly has a following here at the Ice House. That much is clear. Love to see it. So dumped in by the Warriors. Picked up by Claire Leonard. Moved up to the half wall, but does end up on the stick of her intended target. Now Gibson with it makes the zone entry. She's got a lot of Warriors there, so she likes to shoot this from a long way out. No trouble for Rose Lennon to stop that one. Kept in. Another opportunity now for Motor. Motor doesn't get that one on net, though. Terpstra. Haley Terpstra coming through neutral ice. She'll get the red line, dump that one in, and head off for a change herself. Rogers from neutral ice dumps that one in. Warriors are going to have to touch up, giving time for a clean breakout. Nikki Siciliano got that one up. It wound up in the glove of Maddox, though. Kind of a late whistle. Thought that would have been a little quicker, but nevertheless, we are in the final 6 minutes of the first period of action. Indiana Tech with a 1-goal lead, courtesy of Allison Green, who's making her way to the faceoff dot now. His faceoff going to be stick side of Brooklyn Maddox. Tie up off the faceoff, eventually won back by the Warriors. Gilmore goes over to Legault. Legault shot off the shins, but she recovers. Got it on her stick now. Another shot over the net off the glass, but the rebound kicks out nevertheless. Green trying to get something going from behind the net. She was in full coverage, though. Now it's Huber. Has it in the attacking zone. She's looking to center that pass, but Sylvia Legault was playing some solid D and prevented that from happening. Now Gibson and Murray into a little battle. Tie up on the half wall, and Daphne Guillon had it for a second, but I believe it was Galasini broke that one up. Now Emily Hardy, she's got some time and space. Let's see what she does with it. She gets the red line. Her shot off the body of Anderson, but she's still tracking this puck. Turned over now. Mia Galasini rimmed that one around. And it's cleared to neutral ice where Haley Terpstra picks it up. Goes across to Hardy, but Hardy's handcuffed, so can't control it. Bailey Allen on the battle there. Thrown across to Whitting. Whitting can't quite hold on to it, so it's going to be a contested puck. She's got it now. She's still got a battle, though. Penalty arm goes up, I believe. Gracie Anderson had her in a hold. So we'll get to see Indiana Tech's power play for the first time this evening. Indiana Tech looking to expand their lead here. They got Allison Green taking the draw for them. Also out there is Haley Murray. If Green wins it back to Murray, Murray takes a pretty lethal shot from this position, so we'll see if that's not the case. Spartans win that face-off. Indiana Tech does recover possession. Over to Murray now. Murray tries to get it to Terpstra, doesn't connect in the zone, but possession still with the Warriors. They'll just have to regroup. Hallie Murray loses that one in her skates. Makes a clean recovery, gets it up to Terpstra, who throws it over to Allison Green. Allison Green walks in, throws it down low to Johnson, and now an opportunity for Murray, and Murray scores. What a clean power play goal for the Indiana Tech Warriors. Puts them up by 2 now. So we'll take another look at that effort, which resulted in Haley Murray netting the second goal of the night for the Warriors. They were looking sharp on that power play. If you're the Michigan State Spartans right now, you're thinking, I got to stay out of the box. Fired in by Princeton. Picked up by Gilmore behind the net. She'll rim it around, but Princeton's the first one to it. Now McLukey tries to get there, unable to do so. Gayon. One more to beat. She's got Grenier with her. She elects to shoot that one, and it's blockered away. Kept in at the blue line by Hardy, so Whitting is going to have an opportunity now. Cuts around, throws it out front, and a couple extra whacks. The puck's still loose. Gilmore gets involved. Maddox now without a stick. She falls down. Shot from the blue line, stopped by an Indiana Tech body. I think that's Peyton Gilmore. She picks it up now in the corner, steps out. Now Hardy at the blue line. Her shots off a skate out front. Bailey Allen. Her centering pass attempt is a turnover. Princeton makes the offensive zone entry for the Spartans. She's got one player out front if she can get it to her. She is contested as well by Rogers. She elects to go up to the point instead to Anderson. Anderson shot blocked away. Now Allen picks it up, and she manages to get it out through the neutral zone. Anderson picks it up for the Spartans. She looks far side or near side for you in our screen. Nelson picks it up, makes the zone entry, but it's broken up right then and there. Rimmed around by Terpstra, picked up by Rogers. Rogers tries to rim it back around, but Nelson's going to be picking it up behind the net for the Spartans. Finally winds up in the glove of Rose Lennon. A little bit of pushback now from the Michigan State Spartans. Wanting to cut this lead down. Looks like some confusion as to which side the faceoff's going to be on, but everybody's figured it out now. It is going to be stick side of Rose Lennon. Allison Green and Allison Nelson, not the face-off dot. Allison Nelson became victorious on that one. But Indiana Tech has possession of it now. Murray chips it past the defender. She'll try to pick this one up in the corner, and she does, but she's tied up. Still tied up, no movement. Green steps in to help her out. And Green unable to hang on to that one. It's chipped up and into the Michigan State bench, so we'll get a whistle and a stoppage of play. Just a minute 35 remaining here in the first period of action. Indiana Tech has looked good. Managed to find themselves up by 2.
2 great plays.
Yeah, Allison Green and Haley Murray, both the goal scorers. Green's was more of a solo effort, but Indiana Tech's power play looking great, and Haley Murray got the opportunity as the finisher on that second goal. So now as we near the final minute of play, Indiana Tech's Sylvie Legault keeps that one in, but then fans on it. Hardy unable to keep it in. She'll have to take it to neutral ice to regroup. Emily Hardy off the boards, gets that one to Whitting. Whitting throws it across. Grenier was going for a change. Now Murray steps out and gets involved. Lindell battling with Murray. Murray ends up stripping her of the puck. Get a little bit of body contact there. Nothing these players aren't used to. So Allison Green with full possession in her defensive end gets it up to Murray. Murray tries to chip around Lindell, but she keeps it and gets a shot off. Well, this final minute seems to be all Michigan State Spartans. Rogers down to Green. Goes Murray down to Green. Green reverses. Sylvie Legault trying to pick this one up. She's got pressure on her. She'll tie up in the corner. The puck's loose. Thrown across the crease. And that'll do it for the first period of action. Indiana Tech holds strong against a last-minute push. But it looks like we do have a penalty.
Legault.
Cross-checking against Indiana Tech.
Yes, sir.
So Indiana Tech starting the second period on the penalty kill by the looks of things. First time we'll get the opportunity to see Michigan State's power play. We are going to step aside for a little bit and come back and show you some highlights and stats from that first period of action. You're watching Indiana Tech women's ice hockey live from Parkview Sport One Ice House, brought to you by Indiana Tech Athletics and Summit City Sports.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior. Tech goes by many names. Business, fine art, forensic science. Some think it's just technical. But really, tech means everything. Scholarships, internships, championships. It's professors who make time for you one-on-one. It's putting everything on the line. It can be fierce. It can be fascinating. It can be awesome. Most important, it's believing in yourself and what you have to offer the world. Because at Indiana Tech, warriors are prepared to lead a significant life.
You're busy. You expect to say no sometimes. But what you didn't expect was a chance to say yes to a college degree while keeping your life. Indiana Tech is now offering Chicago area students undergraduate and graduate degree opportunities taught online by experienced faculty who care. Learn more at one of the new Indiana Tech enrollment centers in Naperville or Wilmette.
I can turn this in early? Sure, whenever you're ready.
Embrace the unexpected at Indiana Tech.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that there aren't very many energy programs out there. When I researched all of the various programs recently, there are really only 2 or 3 accredited engineering programs.
I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada originally. I came out here to Indiana Tech to actually go for the energy engineering program because of its uniqueness and its ability to get hands-on with the materials that I'm going to be using in the future.
Well, a few of the things I think that sets Indiana Tech apart is, number one, you have very small classes. You have very close relationships with your professors. When you have a class of 10 people, it's much easier to get to know the professor and get in contact with him than if you have a class of 30, 40, or 50. You're going to have the same professors for the majority of your classes. You're going to have the same classmates for the majority of your classes.
The more practical applications come in all the subsequent energy engineering classes. Heat transfers in a class that right after they're leaving the classroom, and the board is filled with calculus. So in order to understand a lot of these topics, they're going to need to understand the calculus there. Calculus is the study of the rate of change, how fast things change. And depending upon whether it's energy engineering, industrial engineering, or whatever, they're going to need to use that and apply that.
Professor Romary, he stands out to me the most right now because when I first got here, I had to take calculus, Calc 1, Calc 2. And he's one of the professors that teaches it. And he was a very kind and helpful guy, and he did whatever he could to help us out. He was very funny, always had a way of creatively teaching calculus to us that not a whole lot of people can do. And I think that and how he did it is going to be something that's going to stick for me for a very long time.
The field work that Indiana Tech can provide here is, for example, we have a 10 kilowatt windmill that the students can work with. We have a geothermal system for a couple of the buildings, for Utang-Sioux and for Zollner, that uses geothermal principles to heat and cool the buildings in the summer and the winter.
The PV array system, training system that we have down here in the basement allows us to wire up the panels we have down in the basement to set it up as a off-the-grid system or a battery bank system, which helps us because we can see every component of the system actually intertwining and how they work together, which is something that may not be easily visible when you're on the job site in a career. So definitely my internship at SuperValue Incorporated was a very, very beneficial program for me to be in. It was more based on the process and logistical side of engineering of my degree, not necessarily the design aspect. It helped me really learn how the most efficient way to do a task and some of the boundaries that come with trying to make things more efficient.
One of the things that we've been very fortunate here at Indiana Tech is that we've had a grant through AEP to help subsidize our students in taking some of the various trips in spring break. Over the last 4 years, I have taken, along with a couple of other chaperones, I've taken almost a couple of dozen students to a trip to Germany and Switzerland that focused on renewable energy. We've gone to Iceland last year, focusing on geothermal energy, and we just recently returned from a trip to Costa Rica.
Just last year, I went to Iceland with a couple of our peers, not even just energy engineers, but a couple of other engineering majors went along with us. And for me, that was the highlight of my college time. I mean, we learned a lot about like geothermal systems and how they converted to a country of basically like ran just by geothermal. But it wasn't just learning about that, it was also learning about their culture as well, you know, and the past and the history and where they plan to go in their future. And all those things combined, I think, really kind of defines my experience here in Indiana Tech.
You can be the smartest engineer in the world, but if you cannot talk to or work with other engineers and non-engineers, it's very hard to get anything done. I try to teach my students that while you may not like writing, it's going to be a part of the job. You have to communicate. If you're doing experiments or testing hardware in the lab, you need to write it up so that other people know what you did, and the customer may want to know what are the results of that test.
Something I would remember most about the faculty would be just the one-on-one aspect of it and how open they are to hearing your problems and concerns and willing to assist you. And yeah, Indiana Tech, with the class sizes being so small, you really get that one-on-one talking, everyday type relationship with your advisors and your professors. And having that is key to success, I feel, because being able to communicate with them and actually get your problems and questions across is going to help clarify things for you while you're in classes in school, which is going to set you up for success.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Want to know what it means to be a warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a warrior's shoes. You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior.
Welcome back to the Ice House. After one period of action, Indiana Tech leads Michigan State 2-0, courtesy of goals scored by Allison Green and Haley Murray. We'll take a look at both of those now, starting, of course, with Allison Green, who started us off with somewhat of a solo effort, chipped out. She picks it up inside of her own blue line, and off to the races she is. Beats the defender with some finesse and tucks that one 5-hole on the backhand from the looks of it. Leading goal scorer on the Warriors for a reason. She's putting it on display so far tonight. A little bit later on in the period, Indiana Tech on the power play here this time. Live stats not updated at all, so I don't recall exactly what the power play was. I think it was a hold.
It was a cross check.
Well, I think the power play that Indiana Tech's going to have starting off the second period was a cross check. The first one against Michigan State, I'm pretty sure was a hold. If I remember correctly, Gracie Anderson was the guilty party in that situation. But nevertheless, winds up leading to this opportunity for the Warriors on the man advantage. Some tic-tac-toe. And Haley Murray picks that one up all alone, uncontested in the slot. Buries it without hesitation to give the Warriors a 2-0 lead. You got any thoughts about that period, Mace?
Let's keep it going.
Yeah, it's a good start for the Warriors. They're trying to snap a losing streak, and they've set themselves up for an opportunity to do that. While we've got a couple of minutes, we will step aside one more time before we return for some third period action. Once again, you're watching Indiana Tech Women's Ice Hockey live from the Parkview Sport One Ice House, brought to you by Indiana Tech Athletics and Summit City Sports. Ad didn't play, that's not good. Some trouble with our advertisement. Try another one, and if that doesn't work, we'll just...
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I decided if I was going to come to Indiana Tech, I was going to be a different kind of instructor. I was really going to focus on connecting with students, teaching the students the theory that they needed, and also the practical applications.
Very practically, what that looks like is smaller class sizes. So my class sizes are the 8 to 10 up to maybe 20. And that's backed up with, we have 18 hours of office hours every week. I'm sitting in my office waiting for students to come in to talk about anything. It doesn't just have to be with the classroom.
In the College of Engineering, we have ABET accreditation for mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and biomedical engineering. ABET is the top accrediting board for engineering in the United States and probably in the world.
Another thing that is a very different approach at Indiana Tech, I think, that some other universities, is we try and make sure they have a lot of lab experience in the engineering department. All engineering programs are going to have laboratory courses, but in our laboratory courses we try to get them not just exposure to measurements and exposure to some of the devices that you'll be used, but I like to actually assign projects that are, realistic projects.
Those projects, this project-based learning, help students to work together in a group and be hands-on with their the material or the product that they're creating. Engineering students at Indiana Tech to me, stand out because I know that they've had a lot of experiences working in groups, working on projects.
All right, we'll have to cut that ad short. Starting off the period, Indiana Tech on the penalty kill. They'll get that one dumped in deep right off the bat, though. Schlee picks it up on the half wall, fires that one across. Some contact at neutral ice, and Terpstra looks to be shaken up from it. Indiana Tech now with just 3 players on the defense. See if our camera caught whatever just happened there. Doesn't appear to have, and I certainly wasn't watching. This all happened behind the play. Some incidental contact by the looks of it. And Terpstra was on the receiving end of it. Bear Ross now giving the referees an earful about whatever it was he saw. Looks like no penalties are going to be dished out from this. And the faceoff's going to be down in Indiana Tech's defensive zone on the glove side of Rose Lennon. Minute 38 remain on the power play for Michigan State, and they'll win that faceoff and get to work on that now. Back up top to Galassini. Her shot off the shins of Allison Green. She recovers it though. Cross ice pass connects. Shot off the blocker of Rose Lennon. That could have been ugly. Tie up in the corner. Coming away with it is Aaron Schlee. And a one-timer goes up and over the net. That one off the stick. Oh, I believe Leah Fontana. Certainly not. Kenzie Huber. She almost had a backdoor opportunity there, but it's going to be kept in now by Mia Galassini. Moved over for Princeton. Her shot, again, off the shins of an Indiana Tech player. Now an opportunity for Gilmore. Gilmore gets it stripped, though, by Schlee at neutral ice. So back to work in the attacking zone are the Spartans. Up top to Galassini. She likes to shoot this one herself. Rose Lennon has no trouble stopping that one and holding on to it. So Indiana Tech can get their penalty killing unit changed out. 27 seconds remain on that kill. Now we see Terpstra making her way to the dressing room after that play that got her off the ice. Shot, chaos in front, but Rose Lennon stands strong with the help of some teammates. I believe that was Grenier pushing players out of her way. So all is well for the Indiana Tech Warriors. 22 seconds left on the kill. Off the draw, Michigan State wins it back. They'll get this moved over to Leonard. Her shot goes wide. She's got it again. She'll take another shot, this time off the shins of Kuzbel. But she recovers and gets it over to Carey, who shoots. And now it's all the way at the half wall. Kept in just barely, and the stick of Whitting misses it. So it's still in the attacking zone. Team's back at even strength now. On the move, Daphne Guillon. She gets it broken up by Siciliano just before she makes the zone entry. So it'll be Whitting on the far side that does that. Emily Hardy throws this one through neutral ice, but it's turned over. Howard with it now, trying to get to a good shooting opportunity. She's unable to do that because she was surrounded by Warriors as her team was going for a change. Picked up by Emily Hardy behind the net in Indiana Tech's defensive end. Now it's Murray with it. Trying to get this one up at Johnson, and she does. Johnson manages to clear the zone, but Galasini picks it up at neutral ice and heads right back in with it. Johnson breaks that one up at the blue line. Offsides is the ruling, as Michigan State was in and out of the zone along with the puck. So Indiana Tech going to go for a wholesale line change now. Going to put the Guillon line out there. And face-off won by Daphne Guillon. One back to Allison Green, who is now playing defense, likely because of Haley Terpstra's absence from this game currently. Hopefully nothing too serious on her end. She's a staple of this team's defensive efforts. Grenier picks it up, rims it around, but a penalty is called. We have a trip. It's going to go against Michigan State. And cutting ruts to the penalty box is like they didn't put anybody in the penalty box. And now headed there, we have number 98, Megan McLukey. So Indiana Tech was successful on the first power play opportunity. We'll see if they can't repeat that success here with the man advantage. Picked up by Guillon in her defensive end. Cleared by Michigan State, and it looks like maybe the first one there is going to be Princeton. She picks it up but gets it sticked away. So Indiana Tech will start their breakout now. Broken up by Howard. Howard killing some time here in the attacking zone. Weird bounce off that Zamboni door. We see a lot of that here. A little bit of a tie-up. Winds up in possession of Indiana Tech's Peyton Gilmore. Gilmore gets the zone, drops it off, and gets it right back. Knocked off the puck she was, and Princeton is going to pick it up. She had a lot more time and space than she realized when she tried to fire that one down, but I guess she needs a change. She'll get that now. Now Hallie Murray, goal scorer on Indiana Tech's last power play. She'll make the zone entry now. Takes it around the net. She's still got it. Drops it off to Allison Green, whose shot doesn't get all the way through, but she does recover and maintain possession. Up top to Murray, who gives it right back to Green. wants it back, but it gets all the way to Rogers. Rogers shot blocked out front by Carey. Now Green trying to get that one in through traffic, unable to do so, and it's chipped up and out, but Green gloves it down at neutral ice, and she'll move it across to Rogers, who gets it to Sylvie Legault. Legault's shot off the chest of Maddox, and it's bouncing around, and it's a good goal. What an unorthodox way to score a power play goal. Just 11 seconds left on that advantage, and Indiana Tech once again capitalizes. So 2 for 2 on the man advantage here tonight at the Ice House. Indiana Tech establishes a 3-goal lead now. And it was a good shot. Questionable rebound control by Brooklyn Maddox. Ultimately wound up with that puck in the back of her net. So the Warriors giving the Spartans all the more reason not to commit these penalties. Puck winds up in the bench of Michigan State. Face-off glove side of Rose Lennon. It's going to be Daphne Gaillon and Leah Fontana at the face-off dot. Gaillon wins it back. And it's picked up by Gilmore. She takes this one around the net, tries to find a lane, but gets that one sticked away. Now Daphne Gaillon goes around the net the other way, rims it around, gives it to Grenier, who can't quite hold on to it, and she's contested now. Thrown back deep by Aaron Schlee. Opportunity to regroup for Peyton Gilmore. Now it's cleared to neutral ice. Picked up by Nikki Siciliano. Moved up to Campbell. Gibson gets a stick on it, throws it into the Indiana Tech end, where Allison Green was ready to pick it up. Her pass through the neutral zone. Not going to be an ice. I guess it did get a stick. And Gilmore from the blue line. Her shot, pad save into the corner. Now Sylvie Legault with a chance from the blue line. Her shot goes off the pad. It bounces around. A little bit of chaos out front. And Gilmore picks it up, dumps it right back down low. Huber throws that one across the neutral zone, where Sylvie Legault is able to pick it up, and she's getting a full head of steam, which can be dangerous. But she gets it broken up, thrown all the way back down. It's not going to be an ice, as Michigan State has the jump on that one. This one, on the other hand, will be an ice against Indiana Tech. Michigan State's Aaron Schlee elects to take the face-off on the glove side of Rose Lennon after that ice. She'll be facing off against Kuzbel. Looks like maybe we have a timeout. Can you speculate the reason behind that?
I think just to slow this game down a bit.
Understood. Well, while we've got the opportunity, we will step aside just for a minute. Indiana Tech took the timeout. Oh. That makes even less sense.
Yep, that doesn't make sense.
Baseball bat. So we have some problem with our advertisement, so we'll stick with you through this timeout. Also, it's worth noting that we had somebody from Indiana Tech come up here and said we were using the wrong orange. We'll see. Yeah, I don't think we have a live chat on the game available, but I was going to ask the audience's opinion on that. Because I thought we were using the right orange. I had no idea. But we're about ready to resume gameplay here. We'll see if the Indiana Tech Warriors don't have some kind of crazy face-off play pull out of their sleeves here. They don't win the face-off anyways.
Good save.
So it really leaves a lot to the imagination as to why that timeout was taken and what Bear Ross and the rest of the coaching staff over there discussed with the team just now. It was off an ice, so maybe they just took it, give players a rest. Probably wanted a change and they couldn't get it. I'm not sure. Not something I'm prepared to dwell on for too much longer. Allison Green moves that one up to the half wall. Not cleared. Green eventually gets a stick on it and moves it out herself. Princeton throws it in to the attacking zone, but Green's there to receive it. She's pressured by Schlee. And now Murray through neutral ice. She's got Leonard right on her, and Leonard knocks her off the puck. It finds up in the corner. Anderson's there. She'll tie up, and Schlee off the glass to Princeton. Allison Green picks it up, chips it. Campbell trying to get a good stick on it, unable to do so. That will get a hand pass called. So that puck comes out of the zone for the next faceoff. Face-off. Looked like it was won by Avery Hayward, but no clean possession off that. Michigan State has it now. Moved over to Carey, who makes the offensive zone entry, and the shot deflected off the stick of Green, winds up in the netting, so we'll get another whistle. Off the face-off, picked up by Whitting. A battle through the neutral zone before she tosses that one into the attacking zone for Indiana Tech. Galassini picks it up. She comes around the net, but she takes a spill and an opportunity now for Peyton Johnson. Avery Johnson, I should say. Now Green, the first one to it. Spins off of pressure and takes off going the other way. She'll turn this one over. Nelson now battling to keep possession, but Emily Hardy is there for the Warriors. Manages to get this one all the way out of the zone to Avery Johnson. Now it's going to be Whitting trying to battle for this one with Howard. Kept in by Legault at the blue line. She's got an opportunity for a shot here, and she takes it. Bouncing around and a loose rebound for a moment, but Brooklyn Maddox able to cover that one up. And Whitting winds up getting tossed out of there. She'll head to the bench now. A little bit of an ongoing discussion going on down there. Off the face-off, possession goes to Michigan State. Clearing attempt does wind up getting all the way to Lindell. Now this one looks like Daphne Guillon has a step on it, so no ice. She picks it up in the corner. She gets tied up and knocked down. Johnson centers it. Shot off the stick of Gilmore, winds up in the glove of Maddox. And Daphne Guillon tossed down after the fact. Referee hesitant to get involved here after the whistle, but does sentence Nelson to 2 minutes for the cross check.
You just can't have that, can you?
No, Allison Nelson. And with how hot Indiana Tech has been on their power play, not a good move here. You're already down 3. two of which came shorthanded, or with Indiana Tech on the man advantage, so to speak. So we'll see if they don't go 3 for 3 now with this opportunity. Anderson rims it around, but Gilmore picks it up at the blue line and keeps it in. Indiana Tech looking to get set up on their power play. Kuzbel throws it up to the half wall where Whitting is, waiting for it patiently. Gets it up to Gilmore. Gilmore shot from a long way out. This one off the boards. Doesn't quite kick back out in front of the net. Gilmore tries to get that one to Grenier. Grenier couldn't quite hold on to it. Now Kuzbel battling for it behind the net. She kicks it out. Clearing attempt. Foiled by Daphne Guillon. She throws it back over to Gilmore, who returns it promptly, and they're playing a little bit of catch now. Shot off the chest of Maddox. Gilmore picks it up again. She'll take this one down low. Behind the net she goes. Still with it, Peyton Gilmore. Just doing laps now in the attacking zone. She shoots, but it's high and wide. Daphne Guillon takes it up top, throws it back down low to Grenier. Grenier trying to set up Whitting there. Doesn't quite connect. A little bit mismatched on timing by the looks of it. We got 45 seconds left on the advantage for the Warriors as they regroup in the neutral zone and head back now off the stick of Avery Johnson to Peyton Gilmore. Gilmore finds Haley Murray on the half wall. Good diving effort there to break things up a little bit. But ultimately, that's not going to matter. Indiana Tech has possession right back. Ooh. And Haley Murray with a nice shot. That was a good, well-placed shot. Murray's got it again now. Throws it down to Gilmore. Or
nice play.
Johnson, yeah.
I'm liking the physicality out here.
Yeah, definitely. Both teams are chipping away at each other. And goal scored this time by Sylvie Legault. Warriors 3 for 3 on the power play tonight. And they have looked sharp every time they get a man advantage. Woman advantage. Take another look at this one. Sylvie Legault with the finisher. To stretch this lead to 4 goals here in the second period, just past the halfway point. You'll see Legault, she was locked in a battle, but she got her sick on that and buried. Indiana Tech now 3 power play goals. Really making these Spartans pay every time they want to commit a penalty.
Quite the turnaround from last night.
Yeah, according to my sheet, like I said, Indiana Tech's been on somewhat of a losing streak, so this could be huge for their momentum moving forward if they can keep this up. So they gave Gilmore and Rogers credit for assists on that power play goal. Now at neutral ice with Mikaluki. She doesn't connect on her pass, but recovers with a good poke check to get that out of Kuzbel's possession. Battle on the half wall. Gibson's got it now. Or now Gibson has it. Got a little confused there. Indiana Tech recovers possession in the attacking zone. On the stick now of Daphne Guillon. Not for long though. Allison Green able to fire this one back down into a pile of players on that half wall. And it's cleared now by Gibson. Indiana Tech on the regroup. Allen's got time and space. Sylvie Legault elects to take this herself, though. Legault trying to get a little too fancy and go through the legs of McLukey, unable to do so, but she's got it now to half wall, throws it on net. Lines up in the corner where Kuzbel is going to poke check this one down low. Huber was a little unsure of where that puck was, but she finds it and rushes through the neutral zone, gets a shot on net, and picks up the rebound in the corner. Slick little no-look backhand pass to get that one out front. Battle in the corner. We got two Spartans on one Warrior, and the Spartans emerge with the puck. This one thrown across. Huber trying to get to it before Gilmore. Gilmore is going to get the first touch on that one, though, and rim it around. And we have a penalty coming up this time against Indiana Tech. So we'll finally get a look at the Michigan State Spartans power play. Here with just under 6 minutes left in the second period of action, and it's not going to be against Indiana Tech. I misspoke. Huber actually took that penalty. So Indiana Tech with a fourth power play opportunity coming up. They've been successful 3 times on the man advantage tonight. And they've been given another opportunity here. Murray picks this one up off the face-off. Brings it up top. Moves it down low. And gets it right back, but doesn't possess the puck, so it'll trickle all the way back down to Indiana Tech's defensive end, where it's picked up by Allison Green. She'll find Murray right at the blue line. Murray skates this one through the neutral zone and makes the offensive zone entry for the Warriors. She gets knocked down as she goes behind the net, but she's still got the puck and makes a play from a seated position. Indiana Tech now set up in the attacking zone. Johnson gets knocked down. No penalty is awarded. Legault up top from Murray. Gets it right back. Legault's got a little bit of a lane. She can get a shot off, and she does, but it's sticked into the corner.
She's had quite a few shots tonight.
Sylvie Legault is really talented. So her skating abilities get her into really prime goal-scoring opportunities quite frequently. Now an opportunity for the Spartans. Leonard fires that one down low. As Carey, who just had an excellent forechecking effort, heads to the bench. Green dumps that one in. It's picked up by Madden. Gayon with it now. She'll take this one down behind the net in the attacking zone. All the way back up to the blue line, where she finds a teammate to move it to and get it right back. Centering pass, scores! That's Sylvie Legault again. We'll take another look, but Indiana Tech's power play is hot. It looks like this time it's actually Kuzbel leading the pack and getting on the score sheet. Georgia Kuzbel posted up out front for the finisher on that one. Indiana Tech now with a 5-goal advantage against the Michigan State Spartans. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't watch last night's game, but I'm not sure by the looks of this how Indiana Tech fell 2-0 against Michigan State. Must not have had many power play opportunities. And a goal there as I'm talking. Oh, my God. That was an absolute rocket from a very awkward angle.
Absolutely. From the goal line almost.
Yeah, we'll take a look. Yeah, I think Rose Lennon really just wasn't expecting that. She was still down on one knee. I think as a goaltender, you really don't expect to get shots from that angle, and if you do, you don't expect them to find the back of the net. So 1 on the board for Michigan State. have to wait to see what they call at the Ice House here. Asher Princeton with the lone goal for the Michigan State Spartans so far here tonight. McLukey passes that one off as they enter the attacking zone. The Spartans with possession coming around the net. We've got Princeton, the lone goal scorer for Michigan State right now. Right up a little bit. And Green holds up at the blue line as delayed offsides. Now Campbell with an opportunity. She's got to step on everybody, but Gayon gets a stick in there. Takes her down, but I think she got all puck. Referees agree with me on that one.
All puck. All puck it was.
Now the Spartans going for the regroup. Broken up, though, by Allen. Galasini reverses that one behind her own net, but doesn't have a teammate in that vicinity. Now it's cleared to neutral ice, where it's picked up by Emily Hardy. Hardy goes into the boards hard and looks a bit shaken up. Referee blows this one dead. As Hardy makes her way back to her feet and to the bench on her own power. Good to see. Probably nothing too serious on that one, but it did look a little dangerous when it happened.
Yeah, you hate to fall that close to the boards.
Yeah, just too many factors, you know. You got the head, the neck, spine.
Absolutely.
So by the looks of things, this will take us to center ice for our next face-off. After Indiana Tech's coaching staff pleads their case.
I'd say there's been a few missed calls tonight, but it's gone both ways.
You know, in my opinion, I'd rather have a missed calls than call things that aren't even there.
Yeah. Have the refs change the game on their accord.
Exactly, and you know, it really ruins our flow as broadcasters if they're blowing it dead and sending somebody to the penalty box every 5 minutes. Still some sorting out to do. My experience, this kind of thing never really changes the mind of the official, but
Bear Ross doing his thing.
looks like that conversation is through. Now Michigan State wants to have a word with the official staff. Even 2 minutes left on the board here in the second period of action. Good to see Haley Terpstra has returned to the game. She's out there now getting ready for this next face-off.
What do you think they're discussing here?
I couldn't even imagine. Because there was no penalty called.
If there would have been, it would have been on Michigan State.
Right, so they should be pretty content with what's going on right now. I don't know if they're going all the way back and discussing the play on the breakaway with Gayon's diving effort. I mean, from our angle, that looked like all puck.
Yep.
All right, looks like we're ready for action. Like we said, center ice face-off after that stoppage. See Guyon and Nelson at the face-off dot. Indiana Tech wins it, and it's on the stick of Haley Murray now. She'll throw this one back to Terpstra. Terpstra, stretch pass. Broken up. Battle at neutral ice. Now it's thrown into Indiana Tech's defensive end where Murray picks it up and reverses it up the wall to Rogers. Rogers loses it. And it's going to be picked up by Terpstra. She'll retreat only for a moment, though. Tried throwing that one up and out, and Leonard was there to pick it up. She'll get a backhand. I think that was off the post or the back of the net. Now Legault tries to rim this one around. Once again, Leonard is there. She'll try to shoot that one, but Gayon picks it up and was unable to clear the zone. But the Warriors now on the regroup. Leonard made her way to the other side of the ice and picked it. Oh, that was Lindell. That's why I thought she was everywhere at once for a second. Now Hayward with some time with the puck on her stick in the attacking zone. Wraparound opportunity. Leonard was not ready for that one. Luckily, was off the post. Indiana Tech winds up throwing this one down for an ice, but I think they needed to regroup. Things were getting a little bit chaotic down in their defensive end. 43.6 seconds left in the second period of action here at the Ice House. Face-off going to be on the glove side of Rose Lennon. And it is one back by Guillaume. Terpstra rims it around, trying to get it to Murray on the half wall. Murray's there, but she's contested. And Sylvie Legault picks it up, throws it, trying to get it to Terpstra. Terpstra's got it now. She's unable to chip this one out. And a great opportunity there. Set up by Carey for Hayward. And now an opportunity coming the other way. Haley Murray, but she's gassed. She got trapped out there on the icing, so she dumps that one in. They'll go for a full wholesale line change. Stretch pass attempt hits another Spartan before it gets all the way to Carey, so that didn't quite connect. And that'll do it for second period action here at the Ice House. Indiana Tech now leading by 4 with a very successful power play through 2 periods. We will once again step aside and come back and recap some goals and give you the stats. You're watching Indiana Tech Women's Ice Hockey live from Parkview Sports One Ice House, brought to you by Indiana Tech Athletics and, of course, Summit City Sports.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior. Tech goes by many names. Business, fine art, forensic science. Some think it's just technical. But really, tech means everything. Scholarships, internships, championships. It's professors who make time for you one-on-one. It's putting everything on the line. It can be fierce. It can be fascinating. It can be awesome. Most important, it's believing in yourself and what you have to offer the world. Because at Indiana Tech, Warriors are prepared to lead a significant life.
You're busy. You expect to say no sometimes. But what you didn't expect was a chance to say yes to a college degree while keeping your life. Indiana Tech is now offering Chicago area students undergraduate and graduate degree opportunities taught online by experienced faculty who care. Learn more at one of the new Indiana Tech enrollment centers in Naperville or Wilmette.
I can turn this in early? Sure, whenever you're ready.
Embrace the unexpected at Indiana Tech.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that there aren't very many energy programs out there. When I researched all of the various programs recently, there are really only 2 or 3 accredited engineering programs.
I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada originally. I came out here to Indiana Tech to actually go for the energy engineering program because of its uniqueness and its ability to get hands-on with the materials I'm going to be using in the future.
Well, a few of the things I think that sets Indiana Tech apart is, number one, you have very small classes. You have very close relationships with your professors. When you have a class of 10 people, it's much easier to get to know the professor and get in contact with him than if you have a class of 30, 40, or 50. You're going to have the same professors for the majority of your classes. You're going to have the same classmates for the majority of your classes.
The more practical applications come in all the subsequent energy engineering classes. He transfers in a class that right after they're leaving the classroom, and the board is filled with calculus. So in order to understand a lot of these topics, they're going to need to understand the calculus there. Calculus is the study of the rate of change, how fast things change. And depending upon whether it's energy engineering, industrial engineering, or whatever, they're going to need to use that and apply that.
Professor Romary, he stands out to me the most right now because when I first got here, I had to take calculus, Calc 1, Calc 2. And he's one of the professors that teaches it. And he just really was a very kind and helpful guy, and he did whatever he could to help us out. He was very funny, always had a way of creatively teaching calculus to us that not a whole lot of people can do. And I think that and how he did it is going to be something that's going to stick for me for a very long time.
The field work that Indiana Tech can provide here is, for example, we have a 10 kilowatt windmill that the students can work with. We have a geothermal system for a couple of the buildings for Utang-Sioux and for Zollner that uses geothermal principles to heat and cool the buildings in the summer and the winter.
The PV array system, training system that we have down here in the basement allows us to wire up the panels we have down in the basement to set it up as a off-the-grid system or a battery bank system, which helps us because we can see every component of the system actually intertwining and how they work together, which is something that may not be easily visible when you're on the job site in a career. So definitely my internship at SuperValue Incorporated was a very, very beneficial program for me to be in. It was more based on the process and logistical side of engineering of my degree, not necessarily the design aspect. It helped me really learn how the most efficient way to do a task and some of the boundaries that come with trying to make things more efficient.
One of the things that we've been very fortunate here at Indiana Tech is that we've had a grant through AEP to help subsidize our students in taking some of the various trips in spring break. Over the last 4 years, I have taken, along with a couple of other chaperones, I've taken almost a couple of dozen students to a trip to Germany and Switzerland that focused on renewable energy. We've gone to Iceland last year, focusing on geothermal energy, and we just recently returned from a trip to Costa Rica.
Just last year, I went to Iceland with a couple of our peers, not even just energy engineers, but a couple of other engineering majors went along with us. And for me, that was the highlight of my college time. I mean, we learned a lot about like geothermal systems and how they converted to a country of basically like ran just by geothermal. But it wasn't just learning about that, it was also learning about their culture as well, you know, and the past and the history and where they plan to go in their future. And all those things combined, I think, really kind of defines my experience here in Indiana Tech.
You can be the smartest engineer in the world, but if you cannot talk to or work with other engineers and non-engineers, it's very hard to get anything done. I try to teach my students that while you may not like writing, it's going to be a part of the job. You have to communicate. If you're doing experiments or testing hardware in the lab, you need to write it up so that other people know what you did, and the customer may want to know what are the results of that test.
Something I would remember most about the faculty would be just the one-on-one aspect of it and how open they are to hearing your problems and concerns and willing to assist you. Indiana Tech, with the class sizes being so small, you really get that one-on-one talking, everyday type relationship with your advisors and your professors. And having that is key to success, I feel, because being able to communicate with them and actually get your problems and questions across is going to help clarify things for you while you're in classes in school, which is going to set you up for success.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Want to know what it means to be a warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a warrior's shoes. You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior.
And we are back. Second intermission here at the Ice House. Indiana Tech expands their lead. They're now leading 5-1. I believe it's 4 power play goals for them, too, at this point. And Michigan State did manage to get on the board there late in the period. We'll take you on a walk through those second period goals.
Chance, and when Valley Green scores, he gets an assist or something. That's my daughter, but
I think she's already got one tonight.
Yeah, but her grandparents, they're not in the best of health, so they're back in Buffalo. They've never seen a live game. They'd give a shout out to Mom and Papa Green if she scores or something. Yeah, of course.
Okay, understood. Yeah, no problem. All right, so second period goals. I think we're starting at the right place. I'm not really sure, though. Yeah, we definitely are. First one, a little bit of an awkward bounce. I think Sylvie Legault actually shot that one and finished it. And Indiana Tech on the advantage again. I believe this one's Georgia Kuzbel battling out front and manages to get a stick on that one and put it home. That one looked like it might have been Legault. Scoring doesn't stop there for Indiana Tech. Another power play opportunity. This one was Kuzbel, right? Yep, there's Georgia Kuzbel in the celebration. The last goal I showed was certainly Sylvie Legault. And to round out the period, we are going to see Asher Princeton for the Michigan State Spartans. winds up here from an odd angle and rips a slap shot that evades Rose Lennon and winds up in the back of the net to put them on the board. So we've got one more period of action coming up. Indiana Tech with a demanding lead so far. But Michigan State has proved that they can and will, in fact, score some goals here. So it might be an interesting ending. Nevertheless, we'll step aside for just a minute and come back with some third period coverage. Right after this, you're watching Indiana Tech women's ice hockey live from Parkview Sport One Ice House, brought to you by Indiana Tech Athletics and, of course, Summit City Sports.
Want to know what it means to be a warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a warrior's shoes.
Good luck, Tammy.
See you, David.
Things happen. How do you make the unexpected happen? Take the next step with an online degree from Indiana Tech. Start with a visit to one of our 2 new Chicago area enrollment centers in Naperville or Wilmette. You'll discover a wide range of affordable undergraduate and graduate degrees with flexible class schedules designed to fit your lifestyle and help you earn a degree sooner than you'd expect. Embrace the unexpected at Indiana Tech.
You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior.
All right, now we are just a minute away from third period action. We'll give you the scoreboard here from the Ice House. And we've got period 3, 20 minutes on the clock. We'll start this period at even strength. Gaon and Schlee start this face-off, and Gaon wins it over. And now Hardy manages to chip this one into the offensive zone to start the period for the Warriors. Anderson with a good touch pass there. Hardy breaks it up at neutral ice. And Whitting gets knocked down at the blue line. Puck does wind up in the attacking zone for the Warriors. Not for long, though. Finds its way out and thrown right back in by Grenier. Pass there on the stick now of Anderson. Anderson goes up top. And Schlee skates right by that one, but it is cleared eventually. And Princeton, the lone goal scorer, dumps that one in for Michigan State. Heading the other way now. Haley Murray dumps that one in. Kind of a lackadaisical start to the third period, I'm not going to lie. It seems not a whole lot of urgency from either team. Sylvie Legault from up top. Her shot gets blocked by a body out front. And it's cleared, and now is Hayward trying to get something going offensively for the Michigan State Spartans. Unable to do so. This one's cleared. Not quite going to go all the way for an ice. Thrown all the way back up to the far blue line where Sylvie Legault picks it up. Fires that one up, trying to get it to Johnson. Doesn't connect, so it's thrown all the way down into Indiana Tech's defensive end. Allen gets it over the red line, tied up now. Turned over, McLukey. Nelson got a stick on that one. She thought she was offsides. I don't think she was. Hardy going to battle down there with Kira Motter. Both of them wind up getting knocked down. Puck winds up back at neutral ice. Galassini. Gets that one back. Now she's got an opportunity. Her shot goes wide. Now Peyton Gilmore heads the other way with it. She'll get the line, dump that one in. Indiana Tech manages to get some personnel changes out there now. Battle behind the net. I think that's Nelson and Whitting. Nelson comes away with it and gets it up to the half wall. Kept in by the Warriors for now. Now Nelson dumps it in for the Spartans. Rimmed around behind the net. Lindell tied up now with Terpstra. Puck squirts out, and Gilmore picks it up. Tries to go across her defensive zone, and Leonard picks it up at the blue line. Her shot, though, not on net. Grenier finds Whittick in the middle. She's all alone, though, but manages to kill enough time for all her line mates to change, and recovers the puck now. She centers that one to Johnson. Terpstra now with the shot. This one goes wide. Almost kicked out on a far post. Whitting gets thrown down. The referee non-call. The crowd here at the Ice House impartial to that. And Lindell manages to clear the zone, but Terpstra picks it up in the neutral zone. She'll go across to Allison Green. She's got one on the night. And her shot on net warrants a touch. And we'll have another man advantage for your Indiana Tech Warriors, as Josie Lindell heads to the penalty box. I think high sticking was the call. So obviously Indiana Tech 4 for 4 on the power play so far tonight. Another opportunity here. Hallie Murray steps into the faceoff dot. She'll win that one. Got it on her stick now. She's battling, though. Kicks up and out of the zone. Allison Green there to pick it up. She'll go across to Rogers. Rogers looks up. Gets it to Johnson, but that doesn't stay in the zone long, so they'll have to regroup at neutral ice, and they'll do that now. Haley Murray makes the zone entry. Princeton sandwiches her up against the boards and takes the puck. She'll try to rim this one around. I'm pretty sure Rogers is going to have no trouble keeping that in. She moves it over to Green up top. Rogers with it again. She'll take the shot, and it's just bouncing around down there. Finally covered up by Maddox. A lot of players down on the ice after that one. Pretty good opportunity on the man advantage for the Warriors, though, once they get set up in the attacking zone, and they had no trouble regrouping either. It never got all the way down in their defensive zone. We still have 1 minute 23 seconds remaining on this power play for Indiana Tech. Right now, though, they only have 4 skaters out there. It looks like Daphne Guillon making her way to the attacking zone a little bit late. She'll stay up top at the point. Face-off won by Michigan State. But possession going to be fought over in the corner here. Whitting's in there. Kuzbel's in there. And McLukey finally kicks up to the half wall where Gilmore is ready to pick it up. She'll get it up to Whitting. And now up top to Guillaume. Guillaume gets her pass broken up. Pridson. Now able to clear was Leonard. Offensive opportunity on the shorthanded on the penalty kill there for Michigan State. No doing though. Now Princeton with the slap shot from a long way out. It's in the glove of Rose Lennon. Great stop by her. Indiana Tech still with 26 seconds on the power play. They'll get their first unit back out there now. So Haley Murray on the face-off for Indiana Tech. She's going up against Allison Nelson for the Spartans, and Nelson's going to win this one, but Johnson was able to pick it up, throw it into the attacking zone. Now Anderson and Legault Anderson had the step, so that one will be ruled an ice. Head back to Indiana Tech's defensive zone and reset that face-off. This time, though, the Spartans elect to take it on the stick side of Rose Lenin. So it's going to be Nelson and Murray again facing off. 18 seconds left on the advantage for Indiana Tech. One back and a shot off the draw for the Spartans. And they'll maintain possession in the attacking zone as this penalty ticks away. I think this is just about going to do it for the extra attacker for Indiana Tech. Johnson with it through neutral ice. She winds up, shot off the pads, and it was bouncing around there. A good rebound opportunity. Unfortunately, nobody there for the Warriors to direct it into the net. So I think that was actually Indiana Tech's first power play that they didn't convert on tonight. And they did generate some good opportunity. Face-off tied up. Everybody's tied up. Now Michigan State comes away with it. They'll just rifle it across, though. Picked up now by Motter. Motter gets it into the zone. Hayward's going to be the first one on the forecheck. She'll tie up with Whitting and get it over to Kuzbel. Kuzbel up to Allen at the half wall. Allen goes across, finds Whitting and a clean connection. Whitting gets that one on net, but nothing to show for it. And now it's going to be cleared for an ice. Face off, tied up. Terpstra comes up with it, moves it over to Gilmore. Gilmore's shot. This one goes wide, but kicks out for a good opportunity for Rogers on the back door. And Maddox manages to cover that one up, so we'll get a stoppage in play. Actually, by the looks of it, I think maybe Rose Maddox is no longer in net. And instead, we have Julia Gross-Turkey. Not sure when that change was made or if I've been calling it wrong the whole game. Nevertheless, Gilmore stops it behind the net and Indiana Tech's defensive end. She'll rim this one around. Grenier able to get a stick on it and keep it moving out of the zone. Drop back for Mikaluki. With it now, Gasolini. And I'm starting to lose it a little bit here. Opportunity now, Rogers forged it herself. She's got Allison Green with her, but that one gets broken up by Anderson. Now Sylvie Legault picks it up in the defensive end for the Warriors. Rogers with a nice little play there. Now Allison Green, she's got Anderson to beat. And she does. Allison Green shot, oh, just over the net. What an effort there by Allison Green. And shout out to watching at home, Nana and Papa Green. I was told that they watch all the games at home. Big appreciation for everybody who's supporting this team wherever you are, especially the grandparents. We love to hear about the grandparents watching. And Allison Green, what a contribution she's had to this team tonight and for the whole season. Got one goal, almost got another one just there. Still 11 minutes, 33 seconds. Face-off going to be just outside the Michigan State end. And Indiana Tech denied their change. Bear Ross hollering from the bench. He's not happy. Not a happy Bear right now.
It's about time for him to hibernate.
Off the face-off. Green wins it back to Hardy. Hardy unable to hold on to it, but she does recover. Now Whitting pulls up in her defensive end, gets it up to Green. Green moves that one through neutral ice. Allen gets knocked down. Penalty arm goes up. That's going to be an interference call against Michigan State, and they're not happy about that. Hands on helmets of Nelson, but it was rather blatant.
Michigan State clearly upset.
Oh, yeah.
Especially after last night. I don't think they imagined the game to go like this.
No. And so that's going to be Nikki Siciliano sitting down in the penalty box, guilty of interference. And this apparently warrants some discussion with the referees, a three-party meeting between Gilmore, the referee, and we've got Leonard and Nelson also taking part in this conference. All right, looks like everybody sees the big picture now, and we can get back to the action. Indiana Tech on the power play for what I believe is the sixth time tonight. Converted on 4 so far. Gilmore's got it up top. Moves it down to the half wall. Cross-ice pass connects for Guillaume. She'll throw it down in the corner. And now it's broken up. The stick of Eileen Carey deflects that one up into the Michigan State bench. So we'll reset. Georgia Kuzbel on the face-off. She'll go up against Carey. And Kuzbel wins it back. Guillaume moves it across to Gilmore. Gilmore slows things up, and she'll take a shot from a long way. That's blockered away. Kuzbel trying to get it to Whitting. Whitting needs help now. Tied up, killing some time. Kuzbel comes away with it. The clearing attempt stopped at the blue line by Gilmore. Gilmore down to the half wall and gets it right back. She'll move it across now to Guillaume. Daphne Guillaume almost found the stick of Kuzbel. And this one now cleared. And Carey's going to pick it up. She's got an opportunity here now for Michigan State. She can't get a great shot off, and Rose Lennon was tracking her the entire time. Now Gilmore stops behind her net to start this breakout on the power play. Daphne Guillaume looks across to Whitting. Whitting steps over the red line. And now into the attacking zone for the Warriors. Pulls up in the corner and finds Legault. Sylvie Legault. Her shot goes wide. Now it's Haley Terpstra. A little bit of extracurriculars going on behind the play. Referee seems to have missed it. Terpstra navigating in the attacking zone. She'll move that one. And now it goes across. Green with it now. She looks to Terpstra. Terpstra to Green. Green elects to go down low, and a little bit of chaos there. Terpstra winds up and shoots. This one deflected wide of the net. That'll do it for the man advantage. Good kill by Michigan State. Sylvie Legault with it up top in the attacking zone. She gets knocked off the puck, but Allison Green's there to pick it up for the Warriors. Allison Green stops, shoots, her shot deflected high. It stays in play. Now Michigan State finally gets a clear. Kept in, thrown on net, off the stick of Erin Schlee. Past the 10-minute mark in the third period of action now. Ladies and gentlemen, Indiana Tech with a commanding 4-goal lead as it stands. Erin Schlee, Georgia Kuzbel facing off on the glove side of Rose Lennon. And Kuzbel gets tossed, so we'll see Rogers step in. She wins that one over to Gilmore. Gilmore takes that behind the net in the defensive end. Rims it up to the half wall, but it's kept in at the blue line. Now on the stick of Anderson. She throws it down low to Princeton. And Gilmore rims it around the other way. Finally able to clear was Emily Hardy, but it only gets as far as neutral ice. Now Leonard has it, and she gets a shot off. That one blockered away by Lennon. Kuzbel picks it up, gets it back to neutral ice, where Princeton gets a hold of it. Saucer pass through the neutral zone, has Huber with it in the attacking zone. She moves it right back to Princeton. Princeton gets buried by Daphne Guillaume. That's going to be a penalty.
And here comes Nelson.
Yeah, Nelson was rushing in there. I thought maybe she was going to be on the aggressive, but she just wanted to make sure her teammate was okay. So Indiana Tech now on the penalty kill. I think this is maybe only the second time they've had to kill one off. Well, with 7 minutes, 33 seconds left in the game, this is an opportunity for Michigan State to maybe poke their noses back in the race. We'll see.
When there's missed calls, things like that happen.
Yeah.
A little frustration.
Hayward wins it back. Siciliano picks it up, moves it to Carey. Carey now up top with it. She shoots this one wide of the net. Leonard picks it up at the half wall, moves it over to Hayward. Hayward gives it right back to her. And her shot blocked out front by Haley Terpstra, who clears it. And she heads off for a well-deserved line change. Gilmore steps on the ice in her place. Leonard now trying to get something going on this power play breakout. She moves it to Siciliano in neutral territory. Her pass to Carey doesn't connect, so Haley Murray was able to chuck that one deep into the attacking zone for the Warriors and head off for a change. Now they'll try this breakout again. Carey leaves that one for Galassini. Galassini in the attacking zone with it now. Hayward now on the opposite side. She gets it up top to Schlee. Schlee's going to take that shot. That one blockered into the corner area where it's picked up by the Spartans. That one wound up on net, bouncing around a little bit, still not out. Shot, Rose Lennon sees that one through a lot of traffic and gets a glove on it. .42 seconds left on the power play for the Michigan State Spartans. Face-off, glove side, Rose Lennon. Going to be Nelson and Murray at the dot. Murray wins that one over to Gilmore. Gilmore turns and fires this one off the glass, and it gets all the way out. Allison Green might have an opportunity here. She's all alone. Green gets denied. on the breakaway. I'm honestly a little surprised that Gross Turkey didn't come out and play that one. She certainly could have got there first and avoided the entire thing, but she did make the stop regardless. And Terpstra now guilty of a little bit of roughhousing. She'll head to the penalty box, so we'll have a 10-second 5-on-3 advantage for the Spartans and an extended 5-on-4. Terpstra and Gaon having some one-on-one time in that penalty box. So, Murray on the face-off dot. She's got Gilmore and Legault out there with her to kill this thing off. And a good clear off the draw. That'll get them one back. So we've returned to 5-on-4 action. But we still have a minute and 45 seconds on Terpstra's penalty. Carey's got it in the attacking zone for the Spartans. Moving it around up top. Finds Siciliano. She'll dump it into the corner. Spartans maintain possession on the stick of Leonard now. Now it's on the stick of Leonard. Siciliano with it. Move it down low to Hayward. Back up to Leonard. Coming off the half wall, Hayward. Leonard's got it up top. She's going to shoot. Clearing attempt broken up by Leonard. She'll move that one over to Carey. She makes a cross-ice pass. Good connection. And gets it right back. Carey's shot off the shins of Gilmore out front. Winds up in the corner. Couple of opportunities there for Michigan State before this one gets cleared. It goes all the way down. Picked up and fed to Leonard. Leonard's going to move that one to Princeton. And she gets knocked down by Haley Murray. And a whistle blown for an offsides.
You think this is men's ice hockey tonight?
Yeah, some body weight getting thrown around out there. Face-off crowd side at the Ice House, just outside Indiana Tech's defensive end. It's going to be Nelson and Murray. And once again, Indiana Tech with 27 seconds left to kill on the Haley Terpstra penalty. And Murray gets tossed from that draw, so Whitting will step in. She wins it over to Hardy. Hardy can't quite hold on to it. And now Michigan State able to set up their power play in the zone. Galassini moves it down as this penalty is going to expire. Galassini's got it up top. She moves it to her left. Shot from a long way out. This one misses the net. Rims all the way around. Is barely kept in by Galassini at the blue line. Now Emily Hardy. Clearing attempt is successful. Michigan State regrouping in the neutral zone now. Pridson makes the zone entry. She'll take this one all the way around the net. And she gets thrown into the boards. Penalty arms go up all over the place. It looks like Asher Princeton is down for the time being. She makes her way back to her feet, but looks to be in some degree of pain or discomfort after the contact that she was involved in. So we'll see what kind of a penalty goes up here. Princeton seems to be all right, which is the most important thing. Indiana Tech has started taking a lot of penalties late in this third period. This one going to be Whitting. And they've got 2 minutes on the board. So Indiana Tech now killing another penalty. Starting to get comfortable in that role. Michigan State working it down low to start this power play opportunity off. Shot from a long way out. Rose Lennon, no trouble. Takes that one in the chest and holds on to it. So we'll reset. Another face-off. Won by the Warriors, and clearing attempt thwarted by Siciliano at the blue line. Shot from Hayward goes wide of the net. Now Carey moves that one over to Leonard. Leonard can't get that one past Gilmore. Michigan State still with possession now on the stick of Carey. She'll take a shot. This one stopped by a skate out front. Sylvie Legault has it now. She's unable to clear. Siciliano breaks that one up as well. Shot, another big block for the Warriors. This time Allison Green with the block. She comes away with it. She's got, I thought she was going to go try to beat the defender, but she's more interested in just killing this one off by the looks of it, and she did kill quite a few seconds with that retreat strategy, and then dumped it in. It went for a change. Heads up hockey IQ on her part. Nelson enters the attacking zone. Still 40 seconds on the power play for Michigan State. And it's cleared. Gross Turkey out of her net. Stops that one. But Grenier on the forecheck, aggressive. She'll get this one all the way up to Hardy. Ooh, Hardy overskated that one. Princeton makes the zone entry on the man advantage. Just 9 seconds left. Up to Galassini. Her shot deflected up and stays in play. Grenier trying to get that one up top to Allen as the teams are back at even strength. And that shot deflected up, lollipopped right over the net. And some aggression down in that corner before finally Allen comes away with it. Bailey Allen makes his own entry. She's all by herself. Line change completed now. She's got some reinforcement as we head towards the final 30 seconds of this game. Princeton, she's got the only goal for Michigan State tonight. She gets a shot off there. And Rose Lennon able to cover that one up. She gets snowed, though, after the play.
Fontana in there after the whistle.
Yeah. You know, I think it's worth mentioning, I'm pretty sure this is the first start that I've seen Rose Lennon get here at the Ice House. Now Campbell.
Johnson buried on the blue line.
Yeah, Campbell headed to the box after that one. Just 10 seconds left in this game. Run it out before it gets chippy. Good gracious. Jiminy Christmas.
Could get very dangerous out here.
Yeah, both teams frustrated. I mean, it's a 4-goal differential with 10 seconds left in the game.
Looks like the coach is being tossed here.
Yeah, you got to stand up for your players, and if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. I don't see what could be so pressing that you got to yell at the ref with 10 seconds left with a 4-goal lead. But I'm not sure where they're trying to put this face-off after the penalty was called. Was it in ice? It should be in the attacking zone for the Warriors.
Either way, Johnson should not be getting buried on the blue line there.
Right. That's why the penalty was called. Now Haley Murray enters the attacking zone. She gets that one poked away. It's still floating around there. Can they bury one more? And they're not going to be able to do that. But Indiana Tech does come away with a 5-1 victory here at the Ice House. Rose Lennon, greeted by all her teammates, coming up with a big win. She was instrumental in. And that'll do it from us here at the Ice House. Celebration ensues. Saturday night victory for your Indiana Tech Warriors. Shaking hands now at center ice. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night and have a good Sunday as well. From all of us here at the Ice House, we bid you adieu. You've been watching Indiana Tech Women's Ice Hockey live from Parkview Sport One Ice House, brought to you by Indiana Tech Athletics and Summit City Sports. A good night, everybody.
Want to know what it means to be a Warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything.